Welcome back to the channel, guys. My Nerdy Treasures here, Jay with my brother Sam.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back.
Today we're going to do something a little bit different. In our last video, we talked about May the 4th, right? This is a Star Wars month, and it was a great month, I think, for Star Wars. There's a lot of exciting things coming out that we pre-ordered, and we're going to start by talking about your experience at the Revenge of the Sith movie theater, bro.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I don't know, Jay. I think Star Wars has felt like it's been on a little downward slope in the last couple of years. Just the sentiment has been really negative amongst the fans, and we haven't really seen anything that kind of unites everyone, right? And this movie, I purchased the tickets maybe 2 weeks before the movie. When I purchased them, the theater was like halfway, not even halfway, I'm sorry. There was a couple of seats when I purchased them. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be another lonely theater. I don't care, I didn't mind. I watched Phantom Menace re-release, and I watched Revenge of Return of the Jedi, and it was just a great overall experience seeing those movies in the theater. And when you see them there, Jay, you remember why they're made. They're fantastical, they're about escapism, and you realize, man, Star Wars was made to be seen in the big screen. And so I was kind of expecting the same about this experience, and then as the days came closer, I looked at my seat again, and the theater was halfway full.
Man, I wish I would have been there.
It was halfway full. So with this experience on the previous ones, I've just gone regular IMAX. This time I went to Regal 4DX, and Jay, it completely changed the experience for me. It made it better. I was in the movie. I felt part of it, every second of it. And everyone around me was just cheering, repeating the lines. I know sometimes that can be annoying, but the environment felt very different. Everybody felt that they were there in one united cause, which was just to enjoy this beautiful story that George Lucas left us. And experiencing it in 4DX with the sounds and they have the water effects, they have the like crawling effects with the chair and in your feet as well. You feel the wind shooting into your face and in your by your feet as well sometimes, and the lightning effects every time an explosion would happen. And there was just, look, man, a lot of gasps, awes, claps, laughter, and those somber moments. Everybody was following it.
That's awesome, man.
And I just completely enjoyed it, and we all felt really united. We all clapped at the end of it, and it was so much to the point that everybody was feeling the movie so much that we kind of talked about it after the fact. And everybody, random people. I was there by myself, and then a couple just sat next to me, and then a random girl sat next to them, and we all just started talking, and the people in front of us and the people to the side of us, and we were just so struck by the moment.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It brought me back to think, you know what, I don't know, you and I have been of the opinion, right, lately, that Star Wars is kind of dead.
Yeah.
Okay? If we're going to be honest, we enjoyed Skeleton Crew. We have kids, and it was nice to share that with the kids, and the story was nice. To me, it felt like Star Wars. Obviously, we grew up with the Phantom Menace. We grew up with the original trilogy, and those were just so epic.
Yeah.
And this felt epic again. And we've been saying, people are done with Star Wars. They're tired of it. And this kind of showed me that we're not.
Yeah.
We just really want something that connects us again the way these movies felt.
Yeah, I've always been of the opinion that Star Wars, when people say it's dead, I don't think that's particularly true. I just feel like people are just tired of it not being what it used to be, or as good as it used to be, or just not true to the story, to the characters. And I've always felt the opinion, especially with the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, there's a lot of, problems with season 1 and 2, but there's also a lot of great Star Wars in there. And that showed me, I can't tell you, maybe I watched the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian maybe 20 times, and I'm not exaggerating. And sometimes I find myself going back to YouTube and watching other people's reactions to the season 2 finale. I've watched them so many times that I started watching them in other languages.
Dude.
I'm not even joking. I started going to Mexico, watching them in Spanish, watching them in Portuguese, Brazilian, because I saw all of them in English, and I was like, man, Star Wars is never dead to me.
But something about that, you know what I mean? Like what you just said, you started wanting to see it in kind of different experiences of different people. You want to share that with everyone, right? You want to share that moment, and that's what Star Wars has always been. And in the past, 10 years, I guess. It's 10 years since freaking Force Awakens, I think. And we always just I don't know, everybody that you saw walking around with the Star Wars shirt, you always kind of knew that guy's awesome. And you just haven't felt that. Everybody's kind of very divided, very angry, just different camps. And even though you had the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, in my experience growing up, it wasn't that bad. And you grew to love it, and the story was there. We all know they're not perfect movies, and the dialogue is
terrible sometimes,
pretty rough to get through, but we like it. I'm unapologetic about how much I love
the prequels.
I can rewatch
even Attack of the Clones.
I can rewatch that over and over again. And you know what, the audiobooks for some of these really bring them to life, and then you're just getting into so much more stuff. But bringing it back to that point that you just made, that you just wanted to see how much other people enjoyed that moment. Star Wars has always been about uniting people against the Empire,
Right.
And just this is how that felt, man. And we all felt, man, look, the impact in the theater when Anakin is defeated and he's burned up, and that moment that Darth Vader comes out finally, and you hear the breath for the first time. Man, you could feel the tension and the amount of people holding their breath. And that's awesome, man, I was able to get the popcorn bucket, which is phenomenal.
That thing is really cool.
It's beautiful.
I have a friend of mine that he told me he'll buy it from us.
Nah, I'm keeping that. That's for me, man. That's for the long.
And it's really cool. It's a nice memorabilia. I liked. They got it, man. They knew the assignment. Then they understand it. Right. They're like, you know what? This is for people that really love the prequels and just Star Wars in general. And it kind of goes back to, I'm always hopeful that Star Wars gets back to where it was, to just the escapism, going to a new universe, and something that I think. What's her name? She's gonna be in the new Mandalorian movie. From Alien.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. She said something in Star Wars Celebration that really caught my attention. She said, "Star Wars is about going to a world, not our world."
Yeah.
And that made me. I was like, wait, maybe they understood that people don't want to see our world, that we're sick and tired of this world. I mean, there's goodness here, obviously, but
no, and there's parallels.
We want to go to a galaxy far, far away. That's what we want to see, and that's what it's about good versus evil. And I'm hopeful. I feel like Star Wars is slowly crawling back. It's going to take a long time before people get back to the hype that it was once, even to season 2 of The Mandalorian, because season 3 they dropped the ball, and the Book of Boba Fett was fun in some things, but I don't know, they just The story was going one way and then it turned.
The dialogue was so bad, bro. Like, you and me have debated this since the beginning. I think the second episode I told you, dude, I can't watch this. It's so bad.
Yeah, but
and Obi-Wan 2 was such a big letdown for... There's moments that you're like, yes.
Yeah.
But then the rest of it, the way it just plays out is...
Yeah, and where they spend their money.
It's so painful.
Yeah. Anyway, so like this month, we've gotten really excited again. I was like, you know what, Andor, I haven't seen the full series.
Right.
I'm all the way up to episode 1 through 9. Episodes 1 through 3 were good. I like them, I think, more than most people. Mm-hmm. But then it started getting really good, and I haven't watched 10, 11, and 12 yet. I think we're going to watch that together.
Yeah. We better, man.
But, man, hopefully they get back on track, man. Hopefully they get back on track. So I'm enjoying that series, and it made me...
So far, like, how does it, in the world of Star Wars, how does it make you feel?
It's definitely a different type of Star Wars that I would say not for everyone. If your Star Wars is something like Ahsoka, and to you that's the only thing Star Wars is, or like lightsabers and the Force and stuff, I get people's sentiment about that. That makes sense.
They want to see more of like that part of it, the Force and lightsabers.
Yeah, but at least I feel that they're putting effort into making this good.
I don't know, man. This story and the way it's written is...
Yeah. And also something that I appreciate is that if you're going to take chances, if you're going to give us another side of Star Wars, at least one, make it good. This has been great, I think.
Right.
I think even you, when you watched season 1, I was the one that told you, go watch it again, bro. I think it's a lot better than you remember.
I remember I was so disappointed when I watched it.
What do you think of it now?
No, I like it. I think it's a solid season 1. I don't think it's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. I think it's really good. Season 2 just blew me me away.
I'm excited to watch that.
I think they really capture the tension of what the Rebel Alliance was feeling in those times when they were just trying to build up to it. And it's like an expanded section of what we saw in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Which was the Rebels getting together, and we're just getting more into that part of the story. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's certain small little tiny elements of the Force.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is. It's just that little segment of the greater story.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like, if you're going to make something different, 1, make it good. 2, respect the lore.
Respect the lore.
Don't make it contradict what we've grown to love. Because the reason that we go back and watch these movies over and over again is because we're in love with these characters, with the story. So if you're going to do something new, do it, I think, this way. Give us something new. Okay, I like it. But also don't contradict and be consistent with what we know about Star Wars to be true. Right. At least, meaning George Lucas' story from 1 through 6. The sequels, that's another thing on its own. And we can always go back and talk about that if you guys want us, to kind of discuss that. But I'm excited about Star Wars. Celebration was good. I liked the interviews for the most part.
Sigourney Weaver was my highlight. I think she's...
Yeah, she killed it.
She's
with that comment
iconic.
Alone.
As she's always like in the space.
She gets it, man. I feel like she gets it,
and she's fantastic. It's not about a female being the lead or not. It's write them right with a good backstory, flaws like any other character, and let them build up to be the hero of the story.
Right.
That's what you need. That's it.
And kind of getting back to Star Wars Celebration, there was a lot of really cool things that came out of that.
Right.
That we got excited for, and we pre-ordered some things that we wanted to kind of share about, what we're excited about. So one of the things that I was really, really excited about were the Mayfex, Luke, and Han Solo in the Stormtrooper disguise. that's coming hopefully this month or soon.
I don't think I can describe how excited I am for these two figures.
Yeah, they look great. I feel like they're very authentic and very true to the characters, and what we saw on screen. So once we get those guys in hand, we're definitely going to talk about that. What else did we get? Do you remember?
We also went through one of my favorites, which is the Shadows of the Empire line.
Yeah.
We picked up Prince Shizor.
Yeah, we have to review that one.
And Dash Rendar, I don't know. He's just kind of this character that we grew up with that I wanted to know much more about. Besides what we saw in the game of Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, the game was good. They
I love that game.
They need to remake it. They need to remaster it. They should remaster that.
Because they remastered
Jedi Power Battles?
Jedi Power Battles is one they just did. And the pod racing game, which it's incredible. I don't care what you guys think about the movie. I love the pod racing part, but the game itself is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
When I saw pod racing on Andor, that they were watching the race,
you're right.
I just looked at you. Remember?
What a great man! I was like, smiling from ear to ear, man.
Yeah.
I was smiling.
That made me happy. That made me happy. See, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, just make it part of the universe that we know and love.
Yeah, you don't have to hate on what was already done.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a fantasy sci-fi, but the rules are already established in that universe. And if you start just breaking the rules, then there's no point of the universe existing in the first place. You just kind of
it makes everything meaningless,
pointless.
What else did we pick up?
So back to our pre-orders. We have Dash Rendar, which I'm really excited about. I think they did a really good job with him. I don't know if you remember, he had a little bit of that 6 o'clock shadow.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock?
5
o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
And
I remember him being more rough.
Rugged,
more rugged. Yeah.
He looked like a smuggler, man.
Yeah, he looks a lot...
He's a little bit too clean.
Yeah, he looks like Han Solo.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
That guy from the Frozen movies, the Prince Hans. That jaw, man.
Yeah. But he looks good, though.
No, he looks good.
We talked about it last time. Hasbro, I think they're getting much better with those face sculpts. Those face sculpts have come a long way.
Yeah, and also I like the design of the packaging. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the color. It's very reminiscent to the Shadows of the Empire colors.
It looks good.
So I can still hear the music of Shadows of the Empire and driving. What's the ship that he drives?
The Outrider.
The Outrider, dude. You already know.
That's coming.
Vintage, it's coming. If they do it in vintage, it's over. Or Micro Squadron.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
man.
we have some stuff from Micro Squadron that we want to get to, but
yeah, guys,
we're a little bit short on time.
We have a lot of things plans, but Micro Squadron has captured our eye, and we really like what they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing some good stuff with that.
So continuing with the pre-orders that we have, we did pre-order. I know we already have 1,000 of these made, but this Han Solo face, Jay, again, we just talked about it. They're getting really good at the face sculpts, or they're getting much, much better, rather.
Yeah.
Because the face sculpts were just not good.
Yeah, they were not good.
So we did pick up Han Solo.
Which looks great.
This is A New Hope, I believe.
Yeah, A New Hope.
New Hope, Han Solo, and we also had to pick up Chewbacca, of course.
He looks good, too. Hopefully, I heard Mafex is also doing a Han Solo and a Chewbacca, which we'll definitely get once those come on pre-order. If that rumor comes to be true, which we heard it on a channel called Kaiju Daddy, which I think he's in Japan, and he breaks some good news. So I'm excited about that too. But these Black Series look good. They look good, man. We're excited about that.
Yeah, and here we can see some images of Han Solo in the packaging. Han Solo, the way the sculpt. And Chewbacca as well, and I'm excited. They look to me, these are some of the best sculpts I've seen for both of these characters.
Yeah, I had to get that clone commander. I forget his name.
You picked him up, really?
Picked him up,
Oh man, I'm surprised.
He looks good. I think they did I believe this is the clone. If you guys can remind me in the comments, I believe he's the guy that shot down Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cody?
I believe.
You think that's Cody? That can't be it.
Clone clone Lieutenant Gale.
Gale. That's right.
That's the guy. I think...
No. Wasn't Cody the one that shot him?
No, it wasn't Cody. No, I think this one is, I believe, Revenge of the Sith. I could be wrong, but it's a clone, so it has to be during the prequels at some point. So
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
Revenge
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. I think this is the one. And the sculpt looks great. It looks like Tamora Morrison.
Yeah, beautiful sculpt. Yeah.
The sculpt looks really nice.
Pretty
what else
accurate.
did we pick up?
We also got one of my favorites. You know me and ships and vehicles in general. I love them. And I think they did a fantastic job. Here we can see some of the images of this vintage series Luke Skywalker with his speeder.
Yeah.
From New Hope. He looks great. I love that they added some of the details like the poncho.
Yeah.
We got his blaster, his long range blaster.
Mm-hmm.
We got his helmet with the goggles, which I thought was a really nice touch.
I'm glad they gave him a lightsaber.
Yeah, we got his lightsaber, which is accurate to the movie.
Yeah.
With a lot of details.
They come together, right?
They come together,
nice.
And you can put it on the hilt, as you can see in this image. And his goggles.
Yeah. They look great, man. The long distance one. I think that's the ones that he sees the Tusken Raiders with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Right. And here we see the creme of the creme, the speeder, man. And I love the damage that they put, the weathering.
Yeah. Really
the
well
fact
made.
that we can lift the hood up, we see the engine,
Yeah.
like these little details make a big difference to me. And the fact that they finally added the spot for us to put C-3PO
Yeah.
in there with Luke, it's just,
It looks great.
hands down my favorite pickup.
I don't think we got the Bantha though.
we didn't get the Bantha. You're right.
Yeah.
And
But
he looked beautiful.
I think
That's
Vintage
my
does a
honorable
very,
mention.
very good sculpting when it comes to like vehicles and animals and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we have coming down the pike, and we're excited about those. I'm sure we missed some other things that you guys might be excited for. So we'd love to hear what you guys picked up. Anything exciting that you guys know that's coming down the pike. We're big Star Wars fans. We feel that May has got us hopeful again. The Tales of the Sith? No. What's it called? The new one that they made with Asajj Ventress?
Yeah, I can't remember right now, but it was
Tales of the Empire? No.
Underworld, wasn't it?
Tales of the
Underworld?
Underworld. Yeah. And speaking of Asajj, didn't you pick her up?
I did. I actually did. I got Count Dooku vintage.
Oh, nice.
And I like this Asajj. She's from the Clone Wars, and she just looks beautiful, bro. I mean, look at the design on her, the color scheme, the tattoos that she that's very of Asajj Ventress. She looks perfect, man. She was an easy pickup for me.
Yeah.
And my last pickup, actually, now that we're talking about vintage, was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, nice.
A New Hope, man. I couldn't get that speeder and that Luke without Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Vintage.
You have to pick him up.
And he's great, man. Here we can see some of the positions we can get him in. And his lightsaber hilt. I love the cloak that they got him in. He looks phenomenal. Look at that face sculpt, man.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
It's beautiful.
And even though it's so small, that I think they were...
Alec Guinness, man.
Yeah, they killed it. Yeah. I think we also saw that SH Figuarts is coming out with a Mace Windu.
Oh, you're right. Did you pick him up?
I don't think he's up for pre-order yet.
He's not up for pre-order yet. Right,
but if he comes due, he's definitely coming home.
I also like the card backs in both of these. Yeah. So Asajj, I like the style. It's very Clone Wars style, and this one with the color scheme, very reminiscent to A New Hope colors of that original trilogy. Yeah. So I'm really excited about these pre-orders that we got, Jay. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Like I said, we're hopeful for Star Wars. Maybe, we're, I guess, always looking on the positive side. We've been let down by some of the series. Like, I didn't even, like some of them, which was sad. I want to like it. I want to watch all of it and feel like a kid again, or at least feel like they're paying honor to what it was once again. So,
and also to experience it, as a fandom, and you have the next generation that is coming, and we experienced it together. I would love to experience it with my kids and to show them this beautiful, huge galaxy. And we read like all the lore in the books, and we love the audiobooks. It's like Darth Plagueis and Tarkin book was a great book. The Bane Dynasty books were great.
That trilogy was great. I'm glad you told me to read that one. It was very good.
And the Plagueis book, man.
And Dark Disciple too.
Dark Disciple is fantastic.
Yeah, Dark Disciple was great.
Yeah, man. So I mean, there's so much that they could bring back, right, to unite the fandom again. And I guess trying to stay hopeful. We gave everything a try. It's not like we're just always negative, but we gave it a try, and those series were not good, man.
Yeah. But we definitely are hopeful. Hopefully, this new movie, the Mandalorian movie, is good. And we'll see what happens with Ahsoka Season 2. Again, we've talked about it before in a previous video, guys. If you haven't seen Ahsoka, the Kai Patterson cut, watch it. Please
drop the link. Drop the link.
Yeah, we'll try and put the link, or at least he has a channel and he'll have the link to his, how you guys can watch it. It's such a great improvement. They cut out all the fat, all the, let's say, bad dialogue, all the weird character choices that were not consistent with what we knew from Rebels.
There's a lot of nonsense in there.
If you guys have not seen it, please do yourself a favor and watch it. At least give it a shot. It's a 2-hour movie. I don't think you'll regret it. It makes us hopeful for Season 2. Hopefully they learned the mistakes from Season 1. And, we're hopeful for Star Wars and excited about what's coming out.
And look, John, honestly, hopefully they learned the lesson with how much people went to see Revenge of the Sith. I think if they would have left it longer, more people would have kept on going to see that movie.
Yeah, they took it down for May the 5th, which was weird.
I think it was because they had a movie coming out.
Yeah, but it's May the 5th.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
It would have been perfect. Revenge of the Sith.
That does not make sense.
It would have been perfect.
It's May the 5th.
It was marketing perfection.
And they were making money hand over fist. It's a movie that they didn't have to pay for again, and people were going in droves to see it. So whoever decided that.
And we spoke to a lot of our friends, and throughout the rest of that week, because I went the day of, throughout the rest of the week, all the way up to the west of a week. So the rest of the week, I think it was up to the next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Almost everything was sold out during the good times, in the afternoons. So,
I missed that one.
You did.
I did.
We tried to go again, but you couldn't make it.
Yeah. I'm going to try and watch it at home. It's not the same.
It's not the same. It really isn't the same,
I'm sure. I'm glad you had a good time, though, man.
Yeah, man. I did.
Maybe if they put it out again, we'll try and make it to it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, we'd love to hear what you guys picked up, what you're excited about. Are you excited for Star Wars, or are you guys done?
What about the pre-orders?
Pre-orders
what
as
did you guys pick up? What are you guys excited about? I'm sure we missed several other pre-orders. I think they talked about the Skeleton Crew. I think they did.
Yeah, but that's.
Well, I mean, no, but I'm sure there's fans out there. So.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys think, what you guys picked up again, and we're gonna see if you guys like these types of videos. Maybe we'll continue doing them. We have we're working currently on a Scouter Vegeta that came out from Black Hole Toys.
Right.
So we'll let you guys know what we think about that. We'll put that review up as soon as we can, and we'll continue making these videos if you guys enjoyed. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will catch you on the next one.
See you later.